some herbs for the day. My name is Devin Jones. I'm not going to tell you where you can find me on Twitter because I changed my Twitter handle and I'm not going to spell the longer one every time, but it's more professional. I'm sticking with it. But I will put my Twitter handle in the description box. But please check out my website, sparkstribune.org. That's Sparks, spell Sparks with an X, tribune.org. And we need to talk about anthropocentric political ideology. I'm not sure where this stuff came from, but it's some nice weed. Anyhow, anthropocentric political ideology. We need to quit basing our ideas, quit basing our policies, quit basing our politics writ large on certain individuals, on people. And a prime example of this, let me adjust the screen. The problem is, for example, we have the Bernie or Bust crowd. Okay, it's great people, strong progressives, and they have a reason for being the Bernie or Bust crowd, because in 2016, when they could have and rightfully should have been the Democratic Party's nominee, should everything have been honest up front, no doubt, as is the infamous hashtag now, Bernie would have won, no doubt, I don't doubt that. And in 2016, they had a reason for being having an anthropocentric ideology, because they were faced with choosing between these two people, and the ideas represented by those two people were very much at odds. And so by saying, no, this man or forget it, they were being political, they were having an ideology, and at that time in history it was not anthropocentric. That has changed. Now, I'm a Bernie supporter. I support Bernie Sanders very much, so I am reluctant to use the term cult following because it has such a negative connotation, but in a way, yes, because they're unwilling to disagree with Bernie Sanders on foreign policy, for example, where Bernie Sanders is weak. He supports drone bombs, but we don't question it. We don't question that. It's the burn. So that's part of what I mean. But yes, I support Bernie Sanders myself. But no, the whole Bernie or bust thing, especially going into 2020, and this is the point of this video, to be Bernie or bust going into a future election before we see nominees is absurd. Stop that. We don't even know who the nominees are. Now, I realize Shama Sawant was not born in this country, but supposing she were born in the country, what if Shama Sawant ran for the nomination? Are you Bernie or bust then? I wouldn't be. I would be supporting Shama Sawant. And that's what I mean by anthropocentric political ideology. Anthro, where we get our word from anthropology, etc., meaning man, centric, centered around man, centered around a person. Don't center your ideas around a person. We don't know who the nominees are. Nina Turner could announce the president, announce a bid for the presidency. We don't know what to expect. And as a matter of fact, she might unify more voters, more people on the left. Nina Turner might unify the left a lot more effectively in the name of the centrists and the neoliberals who cling to nothing more than identity politics and the like. And she's a woman of color. If they want to support a woman of color, Nina Turner would probably pull in some of those voters who are only looking for identity politics going forward into 2020. Good. I'll back Nina Turner. Why? Because she's a progressive. I like her because of her ideas, what's in her head. I don't care what she looks like. And these people can't get such myopic political thinking on just about every point of the political spectrum. Myopic thinking. Strategize better, for Christ's sake. We don't know who the nominees are. Bernie or bust? Shut up! We don't... What? Get with it. But yeah, I'm hoping he does run, particularly to draw in the votes of those Bernie or bust crowds. I hope he does run, and I would certainly support him if he does run, and I think he could win if he does run. But watch out for being Bernie or bust yet. I had a whole bunch of Bernie or bust guys comment on Kamala Harris. I wrote an article on Kamala Harris. The article nailed Kamala Harris to the wall, by the way. Like, I'm not even supposed to mention her name, or I'm like a shell. Fuck. But I wrote an article nailing her to the wall, and a whole bunch of Bernie or bust guys didn't even read the article. They just got mad, and like I had like 50 different responses that said hashtag Bernie or bust. The article was just entitled Kamala Harris gearing up to run for president in 2020. That was the title of the article. They didn't read the article. They didn't watch me subsequently nail her to the wall on policy and her donors. No. I just mentioned that she was going to run. Myopic people. So anyhow, that requires another puff. Hold. Like Kevin Hart said, you are something else. But at any rate, so and also try not to shoot yourself in the foot going into 2020. Try to encourage dialogue. Like the whole issue surrounding dialogue, free speech, censorship, those issues are fracturing the left. We have people on the left embracing censorship now. Excellent. That's just great. People celebrating Alexis Jones ousting and everything. I'm digressing way off the topic here. I need to do another video on left unity and discuss the issues that matter that the left is actually, deciding to abandon. But that's basically what I wanted to address, though, in this video, was anthropocentric political ideology. Stand by nothing more than a set of ideas, a set of principles. I'll be interviewing candidates regardless. I'll be interviewing any independents, Greens, Democrats, yes. I'll be interviewing the spectrum, looking for what? Not a label, like labelism. That is, by the way, that directly pertains to the topic of this video. So let's stop and address that. Labelism. Rod Ryers and Sam Ronan, that's two names, people that had the label Republican with an R in front of their name. Republican. And do you know they believed in single-payer health care, a regulation of the big banks, fucking civil rights, the whole 9 yards. I mean, it was just like a progressive campaign, but they ran as a Republican. Why? Well, Rob Ryers ran in Arizona's 3rd district, and Sam Ronan ran in Ohio's 1st district, both ruby red areas. They adopted the appropriate label to play a political strategy, political chess to get elected, to win their election. The labelism, the tribalism, the sectarianism is absurd on the left. And then you have another form of labelism where we're rejecting everybody who's a Democrat just because there's a Democrat because we're sick of Democrats. So that's it. Just forget all Democrats. And then we have Democrats running like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and many others. Brent Welder, I could name several. I've interviewed a lot of them myself. Stephen Jaffe, he's no longer running. He was defeated in his election. But he ran as a Democrat. Bill Cimbrelo, he's still running. By the way, Cimbrelo, vote Bill Cimbrelo. I want to say September the 4th. It is September the 4th. I'm sure about that. Yes, the primary, Massachusetts 9th Congressional District. Check on that. My screen is full of camera right now. But Bill Cimbrelo, his campaign is just, his primary election is just days around the corner. So, speaking of supporting strong progressive policy, he's running as a Democrat. But it's a strong progressive platform, a very strong progressive platform. And he's big on MMT and single-payer health care, but very good, strong platform. I wrote an article on him, which you can find on my website if you want further details. And I'm sure he needs help as well if you wanted to donate to the Cimbrelo campaign. As a matter of fact, I think his priority right now is trying to reach people via phone call. I retweeted a video of his last night where he said he wasn't going to ask for money. He's asking people to make phone calls. He requested that people call 5 people in that district, which again, I'm pretty sure is Massachusetts 9th Congressional District. Camera is full. At any rate, support Bill Cimbrelo. Cimbrelo is spelled Cimbrelo. Again, I wrote an article on him on the website. You can find him on Twitter and such as well. His campaign, his election is right around the corner. But anyhow, labelism. He's a Democrat. He's running as a Democrat. He's still a progressive. He's just as progressive. So you might argue more progressive than Bernie Sanders is if you look at policy by policy. And Bernie Sanders is an independent, and Bill Cimbrelo is a Democrat. So stop with the labelism. Again, you're killing yourselves with the sectarian divides on the left. Stop it, stop it, stop it. So don't be sectarian. Don't be so, divisive and divided simultaneously. Support progressive policies, ideas, and platforms, and just pretend like you don't see the label if it bothers you that much. Again, there's at least two Republicans that I can personally think of that are running progressive campaigns, or were. So drop the labelism. People are playing political chess and running under various labels for various political reasons. Okay? So That's my message. And support Bill Cimbrelo.